There we go. So welcome to our team huddle for October 24th. You guys have mentioned that you wanted to get together more often and feel connected and get back to doing our calls. So I am doing outside isogenics training, and I'm committed to taking what I learn on a daily basis and taking the best of that and then delivering it to you for our weekly training session. And I'm super fired up about what I have to share with you today. I kind of get to filter through everything and bring you the best stuff. So before, what I found in isogenics, and I'm sure other people feel the same, there's just so much going on all the time. It's hard to keep track of everything. So what we want to do is at this, take a few minutes at the beginning and just chat about what's going on in isogenics. So this weekend, Isogenics University, some people are going live. Some people are going to be watching the recording on Friday. I love that it's recorded. Feel free to take a screenshot of this. It's the timing. So Thursday night, there's the Ideal Life presentation. You can invite your prospects to tune into that. And then all day Friday is going to be live streamed. So I know I have a networking group in the morning and my kids are off Thursday and Friday, but I'm going to do my best to get on that as much as I can. So this, it's no longer 1 month for today. I recycled my slides. So I guess it would be 3 weeks from today, there is finally going to be a Super Saturday in Toronto, and I miss these Super Saturdays so much. Building my business just seemed very easy when we were doing them on a monthly basis. You just kind of prospected people, got them on the product, brought them to event, prospected. So we're really blessed to have a great Super Saturday plan. Susan's coming back, but also Jimmy Smith, who is great at training on the business, and then Travis, who is a VP. He's so kind, and he is the corporate representative. Very, very great speaker. So I feel like when people go to these events, they really build their belief and they come back pretty fired up. So it makes your job as building a business so much easier. And people's order baskets also go up, and Susan's pretty good about training on quality of the products as well. So I'm excited to see everyone there. I was thinking maybe we can plan a dinner or something after. Would you guys be interested in doing that?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I know a lot of people are traveling. So let me work on looking what's around there, and then hopefully we can do that and all get together after for those that are available and want to do that. So there's 2 big events coming up, and Eric Borey always says is that your income is a reflection of how many people you can get to events. So here's some great events to build to. I would love to go to New Year's to kick off. I'm waiting to see if there's a contest because I tend to do pretty well at those, getting the free rooms for New Year's kickoff, because I would like to go to Arizona in January. Maybe it could be my birthday present. I know Charlene uses events as her birthday present. And also have my ticket to the Ottawa, Canada celebration. And those are great for learning, bringing people to them to see the bigger picture. So even if you don't have your tickets yet, mark your calendars and set your intention to be at those events. We're doing a group cleanse, but it's like totally different than the other group cleanses that we've done because we weren't getting a ton of engagement on the exercises. So what we're doing is we're just cleansing every single Monday, because what I have found is that people lose their cleanse days and then they start to lose their results, right? So they're just like getting lazy, and is isogenics really working? And I know from my personal experience, whenever I get back to my cleanse days, I'm feeling the best, I'm feeling the leanest. So invite people, it's ongoing up until Christmas. We can change that and even just take the date off, invite people in. We're cleansing every Monday together. And I have a girl that said, I can't do Monday because I'm working out. I still work out. But I said, okay, let's pick Tuesday. So the idea is get your people and yourself doing a cleanse day once a week, because that's going to really boost your metabolism. I think that's like when I can see a lot of ab definition, and I'm super fired up because it means that all my hard work is paying off. after cleanse days. So, and Jim and Kathy Coover always say, if you're feeling less excited about your business, do a full 30-day program, right? So that's what we're doing through all the way to Christmas. We're following along 2 shakes a day and cleansing once a week. And we're going to ramp up our group as well. So just try to get people to stay connected to our group. I'm not sure if there people are putting in the chat. I'm not going to follow in the chat. I'm going to put you in charge of that, Mom, because I get too distracted. Okay. You just interrupt if there's questions. Sound good? Okay. So there are weekly opportunity calls going on now. So although we don't have our Super Saturdays booked on a monthly basis, we can really use these as a tool. They're excellent. Get your people plugged into them. They're every Wednesday at 8:00 p.m. So even Allison, you could get Grant to jump on one of those and he could hear from some other leaders and kind of get an idea of the culture of the company. It will probably fire him up, and let's work really hard at promoting these because it's free. We don't have to go anywhere. People can do it from their home. So that's every Wednesday at 8. And when I see on Ginger's post or any of the leaders, I try to put them in the group so you can even hear who is speaking. So I will do that right after this call. So maybe even, I think it's important to set goals. I am doing Rank Makers, which is a really great training program. And he talked a lot about goals on Monday. And I'm going to, I always try to go back and find things in my notes, but let me see if I can find it. But setting activity goals is so much more important. And I did a mistake this week. I set my results goals, but if you're setting activity goals, it's important because those are going to lead to your results, right? So maybe let's have a number of people that you want to get on these calls every Wednesday night and set that as your activity goals, because that's going to lead to growing your team and enrollments. He had such a nice way of saying it, right? But I'll get back to that. I'll find it for you guys and post it. Also, if you are not yet 2-star, there is awesome training. I love listening to Isogenics training. People always say, oh, how do you know how to say that? And things come off. You just know the right things to say. That's because when I am emptying the dishwasher, when I'm folding laundry, I try to keep up on the calls because that's how I learn, so that I can be a better prospector and build my business. I went to university, I went to college to be good at my first job and to learn, but so many people want to come into network marketing and just make a ton of money without putting in the time for the training. So there are systems and there are people that are making, millions of dollars that are telling us exactly what they're doing, and they've hit the goals that we're trying to hit, but we try to reinvent the wheel and do it our own way. So also it keeps me fired up, right? Like we've used the example of a curling iron. You have to keep your curling iron plugged in to be hot or it's not going to work. Same with us. We need to stay plugged into the Isogenics culture and plugged into our team to keep fired up and on track. So those are great. And then also, so if you have someone that is an associate wants to hit consultant, they have webinars each week. So I have the list here. This is also such a great tool that I don't feel like people are using. So say someone signs up, they're associate, okay, your first goal is to get to consultant. There's a special training for that. And I know Kelly did a really great job with one of her people, and he was getting on all these calls and then going through the ranks. So let's take advantage of this because it makes us more duplicatable as well, right, than doing all the work ourselves. Okay, so like I mentioned, we had a really fun team hike last week. We actually went for lunch after, but Caitlin and I both agreed it was like a full day and it was really hard on us because we're busy. So we dropped the lunch and we're gonna do one on Saturday, November 10th at Hilton Falls. And that way that people can bring their families. and hopefully it will still be nice then. I think we had people cancel because it was cold, but it was actually beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to get some marshmallows. There's a fire there. So at the end, we can walk to the falls and then the kids can do marshmallows unless I find a really healthy alternative. So that's more of a family one. And what we found was it's a great way to bring people into our culture and our community, and it didn't cost a ton of money, right? You are going to need to pay to get into the park, but what we do is we have a family pass. So and then we're going to do more like we did last time, because a lot of people were like, I really want to go to the next one. And we're going to do more like a networking hike. And we talked about, is actually Caitlin's idea, kind of doing a checklist. So it forces people to network with everyone. And with only 6 people, the last time I paid attention and everyone kind of rotated and switched and talked to other people. I am looking for a guide because I get very distracted, and we ended up on some private property because I get so into talking. Like, we need a GPS that says turn here, go there. But I think Mount Nemo is just a little confusing. So that's why we're on November 21st, we're going to go to Rattlesnake Point and just really try to rotate them. And then, yeah, we handed out samples and stuff. So it was very subtle. And then at our lunch, I brought out the oils. So it was subtle, but it introduced people to our active lifestyle and community. So here's a training. So what I am doing, I am doing something called rank makers. I'm just going to delete all these little things here so I can see my training slides. I'm going to close it, so just be patient with me. Oh, whoop. There's so many buttons. Buttons. I gotta close this here. So I am taking a program called Rank Makers with Ray Higdon, and actually I found him just on Facebook, and I've done a few of his courses. He's trained at Eric Worre events, and he used to make $1 million a month in network marketing. So I really like his style. I like his training. And so I'm in that Facebook group, and he does a live training every single day. So it opens and closes like $20 US a month. It's like the best value in training that I've ever gotten. So I'm sharing with you guys the best of what I get that week. So this is the Facebook Live formula, because people keep saying, do Facebook Lives. And I haven't found that they've really worked wonderful for me. That's because I didn't have a proper formula. I was just getting on and be like, hey, what's up? Like, here's this, here's that. So take a screenshot of this and keep it in your back pocket, because it's so valuable. And it's something that he created, and he knows what he's doing, because I believe that's why I signed up for his course, because I liked him. And then I kept seeing him train on his Facebook Lives. And I'm like, yeah, this is someone that I can really learn from. So what we're going to do is learn the exact formula to have Facebook Live that actually gets us results and brings us business. So the reason why people do Facebook Lives is because, before I would just post before and afters on Facebook and get tons and tons of leads because everyone would see them. Now things have changed a little bit on Facebook, but when you go live, everyone that you're friends with gets a notification. So that's pretty cool, because it's kind of putting you to the top. But just doing a live without using a proper attraction marketing call to action is not necessarily going to get you a ton of signups or any at all. So what he and his wife have done is they've created what's worked for them, a formula that truly works. So I know Facebook Lives are uncomfortable. I get into the habit of doing them, and then I get busy and I get out of the habit, but they are really very effective, right? We all know people that are rocking it out using Facebook Live. So that's going to be a challenge for us to get out of our comfort zone. I was at a workshop, a women's networking group yesterday, and it was a lot about visibility, staying visible, creating your own brand so people know, like, and trust you, right? So how else can people feel? It's really the best way for people to know, like, and trust you is by seeing you on these lives. So before you do a live, like immediately before, say your live is scheduled for 12, you want to go on and do 20 engagements. So that means go on people and like their posts. Not like, he said, don't use like, because that doesn't do anything great for the people. It's always a haha, a love, or a comment. Just stop doing likes altogether, because it doesn't do anything really, right? Other than people say, oh, they like it. But if you could do a like, why not do a love? So that's a challenge this week. Let's just not use likes all week. So what you want to do is you want to do 20 engagements. So a love, haha, comment in their stories or other Facebook lives. Do that about immediately, so like 5 to 10 minutes before you actually get on and do your live. And then you want to create a compelling title, and it needs to solve a problem. And I've always been of the school that I don't put isogenics in my titles. I don't put it all over my Facebook page, because I like to create curiosity, and that's his idea as well. That is how he built to $1 million a month in that network marketing, because he branded himself, not the company. So you want people that want to know, like, and trust you. And once you have that, then you have a hook as well, because they're reaching out to you. So don't put your company name in your title. It should be how you're going to solve a problem. So what I'm doing is I'm taking his training and I'm putting it into isogenics wording. So you want to say something that solves a problem. So say a mom is running around, she has an appointment to be to. What is going to make her actually late for that appointment? That's what you want to ask yourself. What is so compelling that they'll actually stop whatever they're doing and watch your Facebook Live? So I was thinking how, belly fat is a big thing for a lot of people. So how to have a flat belly by Christmas, right? Like that was one of them that I thought of. Other ones I thought about how to keep that 7 to 10 pounds off over the holidays at the average North American gains. How to sleep through the night again, right? So what problem are you going to solve that makes people want to stop and listen to you and even watch the replay? And that needs to be the title of your Facebook Live. And then you want to always introduce yourself. So, hi, my name is Angie. Would you like to know how you can get a full night's sleep again and wake up feeling so refreshed so you can rock out your day? So you want to ask a question, ask them what they want to know. And then you would do your little presentation, whatever it is. And then what we miss is the call to action. So you have to kind of have a hook. Like, would you, message me and I will give you some tips on how to get the best night's sleep possible. So it could be like a Google article that you kind of put together and made your own, like bullet points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be like message me if you want to some healthy recipes to get through the holidays that are easy in 10 minutes or less. Right? So think about something that is of value to people that someone is going to reach out to you. So then when people are commenting on your post, as soon as it's done, so post your Facebook Live, you want to do love, haha, because he said, you know what, you may suck at this the first couple times you do it. It's okay. He's like, let's just all go suck together and we'll get better the more and more we do it. Like he's a master at this. So love, if people say something like negative, haha, they love it when you do that. Comment back to anyone that reaches out or comments on your Facebook Live. So then we talked about the call to action, which was like, reach out to me if you would like this. But it's important to actually do a call to action delay. So leave your computer, go on your phone. They're asking you for something. Hey, we don't want to lie. So don't write this from your computer. Go on your phone or go out. Say, hey, I'm out right now, or I'm not on my computer, but I'm going to send that to you. But just curious, do you have a strategy that is working for you to reach your ideal weight and energy goals? Or do you have a strategy, or do you get a full 8 hours sleep every night, 7 to 8 hours sleep every night? So that's what you want to do, because if you just say, oh, here you go, and send them what they want, they got what they wanted. So they may be gone. But if you say, okay, I'm going to send this to you, but I'm just curious, right? So you're engaged in the conversation. They're still waiting for something from you. And that is how you use attraction marketing to create leads on a Facebook Live. And that was really profound for me, because people kept saying, do Facebook Lives, but I didn't know really how to do a Facebook Live. I didn't know the formula. I didn't know the strategy. So that is homework for us. We are going to really stretch ourselves, and we're all going to create a really effective Facebook Live. Who is in for that? You can type yes in the comments. I think we have to get some commitment up front here. I have a really other nugget to share, but I need to see some comments in the chat first before I share more, because I'm paying good money for this training. Just joking. It's actually it's the best 25 bucks I've ever spent. Okay, let's see. Who is saying, grow, so you're going to do it. You've been working on this. Oh, that's 25 lives. Wow, you are very organized. I need more of that in my life, organization. Yes, Charlene, as you're making lunch for your toddler. I don't know what that means. You're going to do it? I'm glad I don't have toddlers anymore, but they are so cute. So yeah, so let's get that done this week, and let's get good at this, right? Because it is nice to attract people in, but what he does train is like, that's not the only way to do it. So I thought, how can I build this in? So although attraction marketing is a great piece, it's not the only way to build your business. We still need to be like prospecting and reaching out to people, because that works for people like him, or like, someone that has Lori Harder that already has a huge following from her. But we're just I'm not saying we're just everyday. We are great people, but we may not have these 50,000 followers on Facebook at this point, or Instagram. So we're building up to that. So it's still important to reach out. And I know when new people come in, we say, I'll post this on your Facebook page. We really need to get them to do the texting as well, to reach out to prospect, and the private messaging. So let's not just rely on that, but this is one way and one tool, because people will get discouraged if they're just relying on attraction marketing. I thought that was a good value as well. So each week, actually, I want to get some volunteers. Who would be willing to do a product spotlight for next week? Pick their favorite product and share the benefits of it. If you guys can chat in the chat line. Yes? Mom, you're willing to do that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Because I think it's important. We are a product-based company, so it's important still to know our products. Okay, actually, we're going to get Allison to do next week, Mom, because I know I can ask you anytime. Okay, so it's important to really know. I pull these from the product fast fact sheet. So you don't need to know a ton about every product, but you just need to know kind of like the main things and the benefits from it. And it just keeps it top of mind for us. And then we're going to really focus that week when we're building our business to build our order baskets for our clients to say, hey, did you know about the immune booster? And I thought this one is perfect for this time of year, because I don't like it when my kids are home from school sick, but they still are sometimes. So I want to stay healthy too. So this one is awesome. It just came out last year. It only adds 10 calories per serving to your shake. It builds your immune system. It's a shake booster with that mushroom reishi. I don't even know what all this stuff is. Beta glucan, and you cannot taste it in your shakes. So that's the difference. Some kids especially, don't like taking vitamins or the Isommune. My kids actually don't mind the Isommune, but this is great because no one even knows about it. And you can put it in your baking as well. So if you're making those protein balls, add it into there, and that's just gonna keep your immune system nice and strong. And I really didn't do a good job of that because I was focusing on making this beautiful chart. It took a long time. But yes, this is a product that our family we do use because especially this time of year, we are more consistent with it because when we're sick, it costs us money because it means that our kids are home and we're not working, or we're not feeling our best and we're not working, right? So, and I know even people that our customers that are employees, they only get so many sick days a year, and people do want to boost their immune system. So this is a really great product to promote this time of year. So just try to reach out. So last week, challenge was initiate three-way calls. I did do a few three-way calls, which is great. I love three-way calls because people always want training on closing, and I can definitely do that. But if you're using three-way calls, that is the best way to close your people. And then just follow up after that. So continue, guys. Let's be a team that does the most three-way calls because those are the people that do make the most money. So this week's challenge, we talked about it. Let's do a Facebook Live using this formula. I love it. I feel so much more clarity with it. And don't worry so much about like what you look like. I was at this visibility seminar yesterday, networking group, and they said like, don't worry, people can do it in their bathrobes, right? Like people are not judging you. Today my hair is crazy because if someone came to clean our ducks and I had to get Faith out of the house and my hair was wet. It's okay. Do you guys judge me any differently because I'm having a bad hair day? Probably not, because you're looking at yourself in the screen, right? So just get okay with that. So we have about 5 minutes left. So I thought what we can do here is just do some Q&A, some live coaching. If you guys have hit anything that you're struggling with, we can kind of work through that together. If you have anything you would like to add to what we did today, or anything that you would like to train on next week, because I can go into the file section of my group and really pull up anything I want. Also, thank you for being here today. I know a lot of people said they feel disconnected, they want more community, so that's what we're trying to do with the hikes and getting these calls going. And unfortunately, I get so busy, I don't reach out to my new people, but it's a great way to bring new people in too. So I hope to have more new people on next week. Hey, Amanda.
Hey.
Did you get lunch made for your toddler?
Oh my God. Do you want to see him? Look at, he's running around.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
Aww.
He's very busy. I do have a question though. I can't seem to get past like the director status. How do I get my consultants to stay? I find like if they're not getting instant gratification for finances,
we like it.
They just fall off. Like people are very to the instant gratification that they're just not sticking with it. Do you know what I mean?
So yes, I'll share, and then maybe Mom, if you want to jump in, you can share too. What PK would say, so I used to do a lot of training with him, and he actually just did a really good Facebook Live. If you follow PK Smith, you can watch that. He did one yesterday, and he would say there is attrition in any business, so you always constantly need to be recruiting and helping people get paid, right? So, but also getting those people to events, and sometimes you do have to reach down past them. And he also said you're running a volunteer sales force, right? So you're really running volunteers, so you just really keep connected to them and be okay with that. Be okay with the fact if they just want to be consultant, but help them continue, like check in with them. I find if I even reach out to someone, they will enroll someone the next week. So try to stay connected to them, get into their why, get into their goals, get them to the Super Saturday, find out what their why is, what will, change for them. But if people are getting paid, they're typically not gonna fall off, right? So just a lot of people aren't doing anything and expecting to make money. So having them, you could even do a little contest with your people. Kelly is really good at that. And we can chat about something to get them back to paid as consultant. A little way, sign up 2 people in the next week and you'll be in a draw for this kind of thing. So that's an option as well. But they have to want it too, right? Yeah. That's the tricky thing.
That's the tricky thing. And I might add, if I can, to you, Amanda, back in the old days when we started, it was only paid as and stayed as executive. That was crucial. You got to Rising Star at 5, and then the next step was executive. With all these in between things, then you get into meetings with if you're if you're a manager or if you're a director. So the focus has to get back on, in which Tanya teaches that, and Trudy. It's get to executive as fast as you can. So people have to realize that it's not a process. It's just get there. Right? We don't want to just do the same, be satisfied with manager, be satisfied with director. But I really like Trudy Maples. If you watch her video on going through your dreams, with your people and making the dream board, I think if we show people that and work that through with them individually, it gives them, and then post it on our walls, then it gives them something to hold on to. So when I get discouraged, which we all do, I go back to that and I think, this is what I still want. I haven't achieved what I feel that I'm supposed to be doing. So then when I go back and look at that with all my goals, it drives me to keep working harder and that too. So, and when we've been in the business as long as we have, it's easy to get complacent, right? So this way that keeps the fresh fire under your belt, always having those goals, whether it's your vision board or whether your dream board, that type of thing. So walking through people with that is really important. Community is the big thing. Most of my people,
what's that? Happy